Quiet Place. Quiet Place Part 2. So I just got back a little bit ago from seeing A Quiet Place Part 2. I saw it in IMAX. Actually, as a matter of fact, I have something for us to look at here. I took a little video. Check this out. Mm-hmm. The first film is a 9 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. I thought John Krasinski did a great job, both on screen and off screen. But with this second film, though, holy fucking shit! First off, let me just immediately just go into a rating for you. So the first film, I gave a 9 out of 10. The second film, I'm feeling a 9 out of 10 as well. I think this sequel is a remarkable horror film achievement. Dare I say, the one thing that got me is that the director, The Exorcist is one of my favorite films of all time. The Exorcist is one of the scariest films of all time. That movie traumatized me when I was a boy. Literally. There's a nightmare from when I was a kid about The Exorcist that to this day fucks with me. And the director of The Exorcist complimented this sequel, and he was saying how cinema is back and that this is a classic. And in all honesty, I'm not really sure that any of those words are inaccurate. The opening to this film, the more I think about it, not only is the opening to this film my favorite part of this entire film, just titled Day One, but like it really reconfirms that John Krasinski has something. I know John speaks. Let me see here. I know. I'm glad I put that back up. But I know that John Krasinski, he speaks very humbly about this film. But like, you can tell the person behind the camera is someone who has the potential to be like a master one day, and he's a real technician behind the camera. Day One is broken down so well, fam. Like, are you serious? So well. We have this play, right? Okay. Dude, Day One is broken down so well. Day One is first off, it's the perfect way to get us re-energized into this world again, to get us re-scared and on the tips and edges of our seats, you know what I mean? This whole opening here is fucking goated. It's fucking goated. Let me see something here. Oh my god, it's fucking goated, fam. I wonder, I should be able to go back a few seconds. Oh wait, no. But listen to me. It is goated. Holy shit. I was having heart palpitations. First off, there was a tracking shot where we're just watching John Krasinski just walk to some park, baseball park, right? And literally he's just carrying like some fruit. There's this old man watching something on TV, something about Shanghai, something like that. There's a fantastic moment where John Krasinski, when he goes to when he goes to get the fruit and inside the store, it's the same store from the first film in the future. Like they pay homage to the little space shuttle toy, right? And oh my god, I just thought that was so clever. And the way that the camera is watching John Krasinski walking through town, and it's just a normal day. He's just a normal ass dude, just a normal red-blooded American. Like you get such a sense of the world. You get such a sense of his personality, bizarrely, because you really get a sense of just how loving and just how warm of a person he must have been. You know, like when he sees Emily Blunt at the ballpark and he's walking the distance, like I started getting goosebumps. And seriously, dog, let me tell you something. God, the opening to this film is worth the price of admission alone, because like that's another thing. The lack of score, like minimal music, completely works to the strength of this film. And when John Krasinski arrives, his performance is fantastic. Everyone's performance is great, but John's performance is so outstanding. Because not only is he was he one of the main characters and he's the director, but like his acting is so sincere. Oh shit! And then when they're watching the game, and it looks like some kind of Giants fucking Deep Impact fucking comment is coming in. The way that shot is conveyed is so fucking horrifying. It's broad daylight. It's a beautiful, stereotypical looking day in America. Sunday afternoon, but the way that fucking yellowish, flaming, I guess alien meteorite, whatever, the way that it's shot, coming through the clouds, bursting to the stratosphere, and it's about to land. Like the fear that they were feeling, like I felt it too, for real. Like when everybody was getting up to fucking leave, like the like Safdie brothers level anxiety started to fucking set in, and I love how Cillian Murphy. I love how he's not like a complete stranger, if you will. Like they knew him, you know. So I thought that was a nice little eerie touch. I thought he was just gonna be a complete stranger, and he wasn't. And Jesus Christ, Cillian Murphy looked so awesome with the beard and the whole Last of Us type get up. You know what I'm saying? He looked fucking dope. But yeah, when they're running back, so obviously whatever these things are, these monsters, clearly they were inside of that meteorite. Unless the film is suggesting that the meteorite punched some kind of hole into some point in the earth that awoke these things, I'm pretty sure I got the vibe that this meteorite carried whatever these fucking things are, right? Which Jesus Christ, oh my God, God damn, dude, and like I think it's a little bit extreme how quickly these creatures come about and murdering people, but it's fine. It kind of gives like a Stephen King touch that happens so quickly. But anyway, you would have thought like a couple nights would have passed or something like that. Like goddamn, within a half hour, these fucking demons are just everywhere. Shit. First off, the jump scares are A1, and I'm not even easily affected by jump scares, but the sound design in this movie is out fucking standing. Holy shit, this moment right here almost made me shat my pants. Holy shit, I totally forgot that moment where what's the old girl's name? What's the daughter's name? Hold on a second. What's the daughter's name? Regan. Holy shit, when it was just Regan and Lee, so when it was Lee and Regan, when they're in the car and John gets out to talk to this cop, God, the way that the camera is following him, it's just like, there's just classic shots all over here. Just buttery smooth, real symmetrical, just almost like there's a rhythm going on. Or dance with the like the way that the characters are being tracked by the camera is so fluid, it's done so well. There's like a rhythm to it, there's like a dance. But anyway, so when John is going to talk to this cop, and then this fucking one of those creatures comes out of nowhere and like just barrels into somebody as if like the person was pins and the creature was a bowling ball, and then they're just fucking everywhere. And the way that they switch from like muted audio to like the audio's back on, it's pretty horrifying. It's pretty fucking horrifying because when John Krasinski, when he jumps back in the truck, dog, when he jumps back in that truck and you can't hear anything, but like you know what's happening, even though you can't hear, there's something about the way that they captured John Krasinski trying to start up the car, like he genuinely seems afraid. He genuinely seems scared. You know what I mean? Holy shit, was that horrifying, dog. God damn. but we gotta, oh my god, where's the video? Oh no, not that one. This one. Holy shit. Let me let it play for a second. I have it muted. Which will probably help out the future me. But holy shit. Yeah, this sequence right here, I am telling you, you know what? I think this is a horror movie classic. Because this one sequence right here that you're looking at, it genuinely is goddamn, that's just terror. Just terror comes to mind. Just one of the most terrifying sequences I've ever seen. The usage of suspense in this sequence right here is absolutely horrifying. Holy shit. The way that like it's captured, like the way that people are like running out of her fucking sight. Jesus Christ, the way that people are dodging her, and then when he sees his dad right there, I'm just like, wait, what? Where was he? Like the fear that's coming in is ridiculous. And this right here, it's just a killer. This moment right here is a killer. Okay, when I saw this for the first time, I thought my heart was gonna come through my asshole because I'm like, dog, that doesn't look like CGI. This looks like this is all happening. And I love that the CGI is used very carefully. Like it's really just relegated to the creatures, or like there's a moment where Reagan looks out and she sees like this whole train that had been crashed and wrecked and burst open, you know, and there's like flower growth coming out of it and all kinds of shit. But this, holy shit, my God, was this sequence horrifying. Sweet Jesus, Lord have mercy. My God, have mercy. Are you serious? What the fuck? Oh yeah, that's another thing I did want to touch upon really quick. These creatures, I don't even know what to call these fucking creatures. So some quick flaws before we continue gushing here. So the creatures, like, first off, every time that the creatures are out of focus, I feel like that's when they're at their best. When we have a good look at the creatures, for some reason, there's something lackluster about the creature design. I've been trying to figure out what that is. I mean, have I ever... I don't know. Like, I think the issue is that these creatures, when we have a good look at them, they're not far beyond what we've seen before. And in John's defense, I mean, there's been so many movie monsters that it is difficult trying to figure out a brand spanking new one that we've never seen, and that's going to be just as terrifying as like Ridley Scott's Alien, but it's unlike anything we've ever seen before. That is a difficult task. I'm not going to lie to you. That being said, though, I do wish that there's just something about the creatures that, like, while it gets a pass, simultaneously, it does feel like weirdly familiar, you know? In some ways, it kind of reminds me of, like, say, what is it? I think it's the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. You know what I'm talking about. And the lankiness reminds me of, like, Cloverfield. Or even really kind of the skinny, lanky nature of Ridley Scott's Alien in some ways, but with the limbs. But especially the way that the creature like opens up its skull. You know, even like the creatures from Last of Us, you can draw some arbitrary comparisons. But yeah, so I don't particularly like that. And I don't know. It seems like these creatures are entirely CGI, and they're CGI the entire time. I mean, there was one moment where Emily Blunt, she's walking down some stairs, and it's a close up on her feet, and there's a brilliant moment where she steps carefully past the same nail that she stepped on in the first film. So I thought that tracking shot was brilliant, because when her feet were going down, I was like, oh my God, like I totally remembered how I felt when she stepped on the nail. I thought that was another brilliant callback. It's really cool that the opening credits come in late, because by the time the opening credits come in, you're just like, God damn, Jesus Christ, I almost had a heart attack, and this is all just from day one. Holy shit. But yeah, there's a moment where she's stepping down the stairs, and she steps over the hand or the limb of one of these things. Maybe that might have been a practical effect shot. I couldn't tell. I'm not sure. I have to see the film again. But it would have been nice if there were more practical effects shots of these creatures. It's kind of unfortunate that they seem to be CGI for the most part, if not so pretty much the entire time. So that's kind of unfortunate, especially when most of this movie is really practical effects, you know. These were shot on real locations, like when we're by houses or inside of houses, they seem real. They don't seem like a set, which is pretty remarkable, especially for a film that is trying to be like a sci-fi horror monster movie, apocalyptic type of thing going on. And I don't know, the world felt a little bit bigger this time around. There was something about watching that meteorite come in where I was like, dog, holy shit. It's pretty clear that more than likely the whole fucking planet is essentially is 28 days later. I never noticed that, like, Cillian Murphy, he was in the apocalyptic film 20 days later. Now he's in with zombies. Now Cillian Murphy's in this apocalyptic film with monsters. That's kind of funny. But let me see here. So this is a intriguing sort of thing. Some people might not like. Let me see something here. Let me pull this video back up. So some people might not like that it's, you know, with the first film, it's about like a family in crisis. They're in the apocalypse with monsters. The second film is about the families in crisis, but they're separated. Some people are not going to like that aspect, because I guess they want to see all of the original members like kind of hoofing it out together. But personally, that doesn't really bother me. Like, this film, it picks this movie picks up right where the first one left off, pretty much literally, actually, almost impressively how literal that is. Jesus Christ. And it's like this movie, it's just a larger extension of the first film. Like, I don't mind that you know, we have this solo mission with Regan, and like her and Cillian Murphy, we have, you know, their side of the story, and then isolated off is him, the baby, and her side of the story. And I think that I think that they work separately. I think they're effective separately. Everyone's performance here is fantastic. Cillian Murphy just murdered it. He just fucking murdered it. Okay, the sequence where Regan runs off and fucking Emily Blunt's like freaking out, and she's like, you have to find my daughter. You have to find my daughter, please. Like, that's another thing. this is a slight flaw, or maybe just a nitpick. It's just something that annoys me. Is that like basically her character is just crying the entire movie and last movie. Like I feel like 99% of her time spent on screen is just her like shivering and just like crying profusely. Like that's mostly all her character does. Getting fucked up and crying. Most of the time. That's her character. So that's kind of awkward. I mean, that might not become memeable, but I don't know. It just kind of cracks me up that she's just crying then basically the entire fucking movie. And holy shit. Yeah, the sequence where he fucking, what is it? Where him and the baby, they accidentally get sealed inside of that fucking old ancient furnace, whatever the fuck that was. My God, I was like, oh no, oh you dumbass kid, oh no. Or when he steps on the bear trap, fuck me running, dog. The acting, his acting was so good during that sequence. Her acting was so good when she was talking to Cillian. Like she Regan, she snuck off solo, and Cillian had caught up to her. And there's a moment where they're both like arguing with each other, and it sort of ends with Regan being like, "You said that you lost your wife. You said that you wish you had helped more. Now you can." And like Cillian's his acting. What was his character name, by the way? Let me see. What was this fool's character's name? Emmett? Yeah. His performance during that sequence was so good. Like his fucking this whole section of his mouth was just like shaking. He was so emotional. I was like, that's my boy. My boy is acting his fucking ass off. This movie is amazing, dog. It's just relentless. It's just one giant continuous panic attack stemming from the first film, which was a similar way. This one feels even sharper, particularly with that strong ass opening. I cannot stress enough. The opening to this film is so fucking fierce, so powerful. Like just genuinely creepy. The depiction of day one is genuinely creepy. Holy shit. And by the way, when you realize that the oxygen tank is running low for the baby, like I'm just like, come on, John. Come on, John, stop. I'll just calm it the fuck down, my guy. And again, the way that their stories, even though they're separate, but they're running parallel, and like sometimes what's happening here, pretty much the same thing will be happening here. Like at the end of the film, where the son and the daughter, they're both making creatures cower, and like, you know, they've won or they're winning, you know what I mean? And like he shoots the fucking monster. She's using her little sonic weapon blast on the creature, making it bug out. So fantastic. There's so much. I love the whole concept that the monsters, they can't swim, so there's this island, so they're trying to get to the island, which we'll probably see a little bit of. Yeah, this movie starts exactly where the first film left off, which is fantastic. The photography is fantastic. Jesus. I mean, it was great in the first film, but it's even better here. But by the way, real quick. I did not like this moment where they're passing through this fence. I was just like, really? Really? You niggas have been, y'all have been, you've been living this way for what, like 400, 500 fucking days, okay? Okay? You got tripped up by a fucking fence? Really? Really? Like when Emily Blunt, when she's walking through the fence and she makes it like rattle really bad, I'm just like, what are you, a noob? What are you, a fucking noob? What is this, day 6? Like, what the fuck? My nigga, if I was passing through that fence, I wouldn't have made any fucking noise. So that kind of irks me. Another thing that kind of irks me is that, like, it seems like the rule set is a little bit messy when it comes to, like, what sounds can trigger the monsters. Because there was one time, there's some sounds that the monsters hear, and I'm like, really? Like, what if I fucking what if I do this? What, a fucking monster 10 miles away is gonna be like, because that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Like, I get that they have to stay quiet, but, like, they shouldn't have to stay as quiet as what's being portrayed. Maybe that's what makes the movie work, but, like, it seems ridiculous that if I do this, that a fucking monster 3 houses away is gonna be like, like, that's what it seems like. That's like their hearing seems to almost be that well, and I don't particularly like that. It seems a bit much. Yeah, this moment right here. I don't know if they showed the trailer, maybe not. I'm gonna skip it. It's pure bullshit. Her step on that tripwire was some pure bullshit as well. However, it does bring up something real fantastic though. So, like, this sequence where they're running and Cillian Murphy is watching them the whole time through the scope. That's brilliant because, like, you know, by watching them the whole time, you know, watching them struggle, watching them prevail and kill the monster and continue onward, like, Cillian Murphy, he has a bunch of reasons to, like, maybe in the future help them. You know what I'm saying? Like, for God's sakes, there's a mother, she's got kids, she's got a baby, they're struggling. They somehow know how to kill these monsters. They got some kind of hearing speaker weapon that he doesn't understand. So I like that, like, right off the bat, for Cillian Murphy, it's like, how about we not just, like, throw them back out? Like, maybe I could help them for a little bit. You know, it makes sense that he would help them despite kind of being standoffish. Which I'm not gonna lie to you, I totally understood. Like, it's fucked up, but when Cillian Murphy, when what was it? Actually, wait. I'm gonna pause it. Yeah, I'm gonna pause it right there. It's dope. God, he looked so fucking dope, didn't he? But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, when Emily Blunt, when she was like, well, why didn't you ever try to help us? Why didn't you ever try to help us? Like, his reasoning totally made sense. He was just like, look here, bitch. The world has ended, and most people I've run into are kind of like the people out of The Last of Us Part 2. So, yeah, there's just kind of a fucking reason why I didn't decide to come investigate and see if you or I could mingle well together. God damn, the way he looked is so dope. Like, specificity to the world building. You can tell that there's probably all kinds of Easter eggs in this movie. God damn, those fucking. Could you imagine? Could you imagine though? Could you imagine? See, this is the thing. Like, the UFOs, right? The UFO phenomenon is something for the past few months that I've been researching. And I guess the thing that spooks me about this film series is that, unfortunately, it seems like creepily plausible. Like, I get that, like, the aliens is an outlandish concept, but it is not an outlandish concept that a people or creatures from elsewhere could arrive and wreak havoc. Like, point blank, there's nothing impossible about that. Just because you've seen a bunch of horror films, and this said movie has not happened yet, something like this literally could happen. Okay, a fucking meteorite or some kind of unidentified flying object crash lands and creatures arrive. Like that could totally happen. Literally tomorrow on your way to work, there could be some fucking like football stadium shaped triangle that just sits motionless in the sky for a few hours, as if it's watching everybody. Like that could literally happen. You know what I'm saying? There's literally nothing impossible about that. It just hasn't happened yet. Like there's so much space in outer space. Okay, clearly there's something else out there. You know what I'm saying? And the concept of it showing up is not impossible. And that freaks me out. That freaks me out. Like when I was watching this movie, I was just like, listen, I know this is a movie, but on God, something like this could happen. And if something like this happened, I just don't know, dog. Like, I just don't know. Holy shit, that would be well. If something exactly like this happened, that would be the most terrifying, plausible thing that could happen. I think I would just sit in a corner. I think I would just sit in a corner and just piss myself, and just be like, no, don't touch me, no, and I just would have done that until they ate me. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I also like this little chamber that he's in. I love that like he's got the timer and they can only stay in there for a certain amount of time or else the oxygen will go out. It's just a nice little touch. Seeing that goddamn baby in this little crate or whatever. I hate these moments because I'm just like, dude, if this were real life, God, not only would that be so heartbreaking to see, but like that baby's done. You understand me? That baby's getting eaten. This shot blew me the fuck out because like maybe there's a touch of CGI somewhere, but it looks exactly as portrayed, and that's amazing that he got this shot. He didn't have to fucking pour on CGI like the MCU. Yes. So the island, I love the concept behind the island, particularly when Reagan and Cillian Murphy get there. Like that shit was dope. That shit was dope. It almost felt like The Walking Dead almost when they arrived. Oh yeah, this is a shot where when she looks out and she sees the rest of those trains all twisted and broken and shit. Obviously CGI was used there, but I like the minimal touch of the CGI. God damn, this was a brilliant moment. I love the fact that this one monster got there because he stayed on top. He stayed on top of that fucking boat, and that boat just arrived on an island, and them over here just jumped off and was like, Rah! Okay, this is another thing that I don't like. I don't like that these monsters, like, what are they doing? What are the monsters doing? They just kill people and then they just go to sleep or something, and just that's just their life. Like, what do they eat? Do they do they thrive off our oxygen, our water, or well, I guess obviously not water, but do they thrive off our oxygen? Like what the flying fuck? What's fueling or feeding these creatures? You know, it's curious to me. But yeah, this moment was horrifying. I love that this disturbing imagery is happening in broad daylight and against suburb imagery that feels so familiar, because like I think that's what makes it scary. You know, usually when people try to do something creepy in the daytime, they just fall flat on their face. But I think the reason why this works so well is with the camera work and the tight claustrophobic shots, you know, or shots that make you go, oh my god, you know, it creates this atmosphere where it's like there's just this unrelenting creepiness. Like this specific moment right here, it was like my balls were just dropping out of my asshole. I was so anxiety ridden. I mean, goddamn. The way that this moment was captured right here, where he's running up and he's like, run! And people are fucking getting sniped by this creature. Oh, Jesus. God, that would be so bad, dog. That would be so bad. What the fuck? God damn. Oh, yeah, and then this dude. I almost forgot about this dude. This dude right here, this father. Like, I love the actor. I'm glad he was there, but like, I felt like he's such a strong actor to have been so underutilized, because like when his character died, I was just like, really, like, I don't know. I for such a strong actor, I felt like he could have used a bit more screen time, but I guess it is what it is. This is a great shot right here. God damn, dude. Yeah, Emily Blunt just mostly crying most of the movie. Mostly crying. And then at the end, similar to the first film, you know, the monsters are about to attack. They prevail. It looks like there may be hope. And then in a somewhat anticlimactic way, boom, the movie ends. So it's kind of like already, I feel like it's a good guess. Part 3 is probably going to happen. Right? I feel like part 3 is going to happen. And in fact, I would be almost shocked. I would be very surprised if part 3 didn't happen. And if part 3 does happen, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not really sure where they can go from here. I mean, clearly, all parties are gonna learn about the island situation, and they're gonna get to the islands as quickly as possible. So, I don't know where John could go with the third part. I'm gonna have to spend some time thinking about this. I'm not saying that I don't want a part 3. It's just like, goddamn, part 1 and 2 were so good. I would hate for a part 3 to be slapped on lazily, because part 2 was a very worthy sequel. The moment where Cillian Murphy and Reagan, when they get ambushed at those docks, right, and those creatures show up, like, the suspense is just done so well. The suspense is iconic in this film as much as it was in the first film. Personally, I still feel that the first film is a 9 out of 10. For the sequel, I'm still feeling a 9 out of 10 for the second film as well. I don't know. I mean, they're done so well on a technical level. They're lit and photographed so beautifully. They both seem to have been shot on film. There's a real inventiveness to the shots. It really feels refreshing, you know. The thrills, the suspense, acting's on point. The music, when it arrives, is on point. Most of the time, there is no music, so you're just constantly in anxiety. But I don't know. I don't think that either film is worthy of a 10 out of 10 for me. They're real close. And maybe with the third film, we'll finally get into that 10 out of 10 territory. Maybe. It's hard to imagine John topping the day one sequence in this film. Honestly, I'm gonna lay it down to you. I think the depiction of day one in this sequel, I think that's the greatest thing out of these two films combined. Like, there's something genuinely brilliant about it. Genuinely. Like, there's something truly haunting about it, because unfortunately, as outlandish and as overly surreal it seems. Unfortunately, it seems plausible somehow. That's the thing that freaks me out. Like, there's something about it. It's like, I mean, something like this could happen. You know what I mean? If the sons of bitches came from up there somewhere. Oh, it's a great film. Holy shit! Did you? Oh, did she? That's dope. Oh, okay, interesting. Maybe, maybe part 3 will open with a flashback of how the aliens arrived on our planet. That would be fucking bonkers. I would love to see that. I would love to get into the motivations behind these creatures. Like, are they, something? But yeah, all in all, I think I thought this was a blast. Okay, this was a perfect way to return back to theaters. It really felt like cinema had returned when I saw this movie. You know what I'm saying? Pandemic or no pandemic, it's like a glimpse of true cinema was brought forth. You know what I'm saying? This movie is so close to just being pure cinema. You know what I mean? Just if you're a cinephile, if you love monster movies, this movie is a must watch. Seriously, this movie is highly recommended, particularly if you can see this movie in IMAX. It's highly recommended because my God, I loved it. I actually got this as well. Let me show you this. Let's see here. I took this image right here. Let me see. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah. I took this image right here. Which, look at that. Come on. I took this image, but come on. I mean, there's just nothing better than that. There's just nothing better than that. And this was the ultimate way. This was the ultimate way to experience this movie. The sound design was just so goddamn good. So goddamn good. There's a moment at the beginning of this film where we're just seeing empty streets, stores. We see a green light, a yellow light, a red light, something like that, of a traffic light. And the way that we can hear it swaying in the wind, all these little minute, nuanced sounds are, oh God, it's just so well done. The atmosphere. That's what John captures so well. Sense of atmosphere, Fantastic. But yeah, it's highly recommended. Again, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. I loved it. What do you guys think about this film? Let me know down below. I don't think I have anything else particularly to add, but I love this film. This is one of my favorite films of the year. Loved it. I don't know if it's on my top 10 list at the current time. Because holy shit, I love this movie. What's this? I would love to have seen it in IMAX, but I saw it in Dolby, and I can't lie, the seats rattling during monster scenes was immersive as fuck. It was it was loud as hell. Every time there was a jump scene, every time there was a jump scare, literally everybody in the audience was like, "Oh shit, fuck, fucking goddamn, John, what the fuck?" Usually jump scares don't get me, but I guess John's got some careful timing or something like that. Something, because damn. But yeah, I think that's all I've got on that.